everyone, it's Miss Dragonfly back again, and this is my review of episode 11 of Married at First Sight season 4. Now, in this episode, we firstly see Cheryl and Andrew moving in together after dating 2 days. They sit and chat about the events the night before at the dinner party when there was some aggression against them re-entering the competition as a couple. Then we come towards our second commitment ceremony. It started off with Anthony apologizing to Cheryl that he was out of line the previous night. He should have said it more diplomatically. I would have to say Anthony did get unnecessarily aggressive. He's a very straight shooter and says what he thinks, and that it's fine. But he really overdid it by saying it over and over again. All that was really needed was just a statement of his thoughts, and that would have been it. And that would have been enough. Now, first up, we have Elaine and Simon. The matchmakers noted Simon's new look. Elaine explains about the surrender date. Now, on why he decided to go along with losing his locks that he was previously so protective of, he explained that in the scheme of things, such as marrying someone he doesn't know, it wasn't as big a deal, so he might as well try it. Elaine admitted that she hasn't made as much of a compromise as Simon did, and then he was put on the spot to tell Elaine how he feels about her. And he really deflected the question by going around it and saying that he had really enjoyed the past couple of weeks and looks forward to more to come. And they both decide to stay, which wasn't unexpected. Now, Andrew and Vanessa is up next. It's always a challenge to put an introvert and an extrovert together, and I personally think that they were put together for being more of an experiment rather than them necessarily being good for each other. Quiet introvert Andrew is trying to come out of his shell more, and Vanessa says he tells her how he feels more in his actions rather than words. He's always interested in what they're talking about and is a great listener. He doesn't feel he has to say how he feels, and he can show it in other ways. This is something a lot of people overlook and don't put as much importance on as they should. What matters more are someone's actions rather than their words. Words, while they sound pleasant and make you feel good, are a lot easier to do than actions. Words don't mean anything without the more difficult actions to back them up. They are making progress, so the both of them stay. Now we come to Michelle and Jesse. Michelle says that he's getting a bit too comfortable too fast, and she likes to go out more, whereas he stays at home more. Now, the matchmakers ask Jess how confident he is that this relationship will work out, and he says that he's getting more confident as the day goes by. Now, when they ask Michelle the same question, she avoids answering it directly. And notice that when they reveal their decision, that Jesse's stay answer is written very big and loud, and Michelle's stay answer is noticeably smaller. And that's something that Jess also remarks, that it could have been bigger. Now, I think that she didn't feel the attraction to him in the beginning, and that never really improved for her. I now have to wonder about her true reasons for staying and whether she just wants to give this relationship the experiment or the chance that it needs, or she just wants to continue to be a part of this fun group with her twin, or that she just wanted more time on TV. Now, I am leaning towards the latter two reasons more. So, what do you guys think? Now, coming on to Anthony and Nadia. They said that moving in has been an adjustment period with things like Nadia being a morning person while Anthony is still sleeping. Nadia says that they're very two different people though, and asks the matchmakers why they were matched. She does like him a lot, and he has two sides. She says one is very straight down the line and the other is very connected and very concerned about her. The matchmakers say that they were matched because they're both very strong, independent, with no clinginess. So that's a strength to them as a couple. This part I would have to agree with to a certain extent. They also both have high social intelligence. And Anthony is very strong and focused. And once committed, he commits. And it's the same for Nadia as well. And they both stay, which is what I expected. Nothing has happened bad enough for them to quit. So they have small niggly things, but nothing major. Now we come to Susan and Shawn. Now notice how close they are sitting compared to the other couples. This is something you can't make up or pretend, as it's really unconscious behavior. They're even holding hands or having their arms around each other. Shawn says that this week has been difficult being away from the land and wanted to know why they were matched. Susan was reminded that she previously said she would move for love, and she answered that she had expected it to be a couple of hours away and not be away from whole family, friends, house, dog, and her entire life that she set up. Susan was upset about what happened last night with Cheryl and felt that Cheryl was bullied and it had upset her. And those events changed the group dynamics massively for her. She just wasn't happy about it. Anthony says that it makes him upset that he had upset Susan by his actions. And both Susan and Shawn decide to stay as expected. Now we come to Cheryl and Andrew. Cheryl says that Andrew is very humble and doesn't have that ego. Andrew was also positive towards Cheryl with his praise. He says that she was consistent, down to earth, and he can rely on her. And he points out that being older, he would be someone that knows what she needs in a relationship. He says that he trusts his own feelings and they both stay. The matchmakers say that they wouldn't have put them together if the science wasn't rock solid. Now, again, I would have to question if that was the case. And if that was, then why weren't they matched together in the first place? With what Andrew has been through with a runaway bride, I just hope that Cheryl truly is into him as she claims. And finally, we have Sharon and Nick. The matchmakers bring up the issue of her questioning Cheryl last night. She said that she probably wouldn't have questioned her as much if she personally didn't know Andrew. And if she feels the need to ask the question, she will ask it. And then the issue about the argument about Nick going to see strippers last night. Sharon says now she's okay with it as it happened before when he was single, but she wouldn't be happy with her partner spending time at strip joints. They both stay as I expected, as that argument wasn't over a big enough issue for Sharon to leave or significant enough for her to leave. And now next week, the brides are going to the groom's home for a home visit to visit family and friends. So we'll see how that one goes. And that's all for this episode. Let me know what you think by leaving your comments below. If you've enjoyed the video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to be alerted to when the next video is posted. So until then, see ya.